Have you ever had one of those moments where something happens and for a split second your heart nearly stops? I had one of those moments recently. In fact, for a second there, I was convinced my house might be actually haunted. Now, before anyone starts worrying about me, let me explain. I walked into the bathroom one morning to brush my hair. It was nothing unusual. It was just another ordinary day. I picked up my brush. I looked up into the mirror and nearly jumped out of my skin. Standing right in front of me was this old woman with white hair, looking back at me through the mirror. I am not kidding. For one brief moment, my brain had not caught up to what my eyes were seeing. I looked up and thought, who is that? Then reality kicked in. It was me. I started laughing because, honestly, what else can you do? But it got me thinking about something that I suspect happens to a lot of us as we get older. Do you ever notice that inside your head, you do not feel the age that you are actually? I am 68 years old, but most days I do not walk around feeling 68. Or what that is supposed to mean, I don't know. Some days I still feel like the curious little girl who is always asking questions. Other days, I feel like the teenager who wanted freedom and adventure and could not wait to see what life had in store. Sometimes I feel like the young mother trying to figure everything out as I went along. The strange thing is that all of those versions of me still seem to exist somewhere inside. They never completely left. They are all still there having conversations in my head. Then I walked past the mirror. Apparently, the mirror has a completely different opinion. That mirror seemed determined to remind me exactly how many years have passed. I look at my white hair. I look at the wrinkles that were not there before. I notice changes that happened so gradually. I never really saw them happening. And for a moment, I think, when did that happen? It certainly did not happen overnight. I did not wake up one morning and suddenly become old. And I'm really not real old. It happened one day at a time, 1 year at a time, one birthday at a time. The funny thing is that while my appearance has changed, I am not sure the person inside has changed nearly as much. I still get excited about new ideas. I still love learning things. I still ask way too many questions. I still get curious about people. I still dream about adventures. I am planning to walk across Spain, for heaven's sakes. That does not feel very old to me. Yet every now and then the mirror seems to say, "Excuse me, Carol Ann, we need to discuss reality." Sometimes I think mirrors can be a little rude. Maybe the solution is simply not to have any mirrors in the house. Imagine how wonderful that would be. I could walk around feeling 25 all day long and not see the difference. I could convince myself that nothing has changed. Then unfortunately, someone would probably take a photograph. Oh my God. Photographs are even worse than mirrors. At least mirrors give you a chance to prepare yourself. A photograph catches you when you least expect it. You look at it and wonder who that person is. Then you realize once again that it is you. I think one of the strangest parts of aging is this gap between how we feel and how we look. When I was younger, I assumed old people felt old. I assumed they somehow woke up one day and knew that they had become elderly. Now that I am older myself, I am not so sure that is how it works. I think many of us are still carrying around younger versions of ourselves inside. We still have the same hopes, the same fears, the same curiosity, the same sense of humor, and the same desire to be seen and understood. The outside changes faster than the inside does. Maybe that is why aging can feel so surprising. Maybe that is why we sometimes catch our reflection and think, who is that? Not because we are forgetting who we are, but because the person inside does not feel nearly as old as the person looking back at us. The more I thought about it, the more I realized something else. That woman I saw in the mirror has actually been through quite a lot. She survived things I was not sure she could survive. She got through heartbreak. She got through loss. She got through disappointment. And she got through health challenges. She got through moments when life knocked her flat on her back, and she had to figure out how to stand up again. Maybe instead of being shocked by that woman in the mirror, I should be a little proud of her. Every wrinkle tells a story. Every gray or white hair represents years that were actually lived. Not just years that passed, years that were lived. Some of them were wonderful, some of them were painful. Most of them were a mixture of both. The truth is, I earned every one of them. I still laugh at the fact that for one brief second, I thought there was an old woman standing in my bathroom. What makes me laugh even more is that one day, if I am lucky enough to keep growing older, I will probably look back at today's reflection and think, wow, I looked pretty darn good back then. Isn't that funny? We spend so much time noticing what has changed that we forget to appreciate where we are right now. So no, I do not think my house is haunted. At least not by strangers. But every now and then, when I catch a glimpse of that white-haired woman in the mirror looking back at me, I am reminded that life moves a lot faster than we think it does. The years pass, our appearance changes. The mirror keeps reporting the facts. But somewhere inside, I am still me. Maybe a little wiser, maybe a little slower, definitely a little whiter. But still, me. And honestly, I think that is a pretty comforting thought. So tell me, have you ever looked in the mirror and been surprised by the person looking back at you? Or is it just me that keeps getting startled by that white-haired lady in my bathroom?